Hello and welcome to a Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where we don't waste a good opportunity to do a side-by-side comparison. Case in point, these units that I've got here, I've got the body of a Weber kind of DCNF, one of the best carburetors that Weber ever made, and I've got a DFVA 40 as well. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show what are the differences, similarities, parts compatibility, nearly none, but anyway, I'm going to go through all of them side by side and trying to kind of explore what are the different kind of compatibility issues between them. So let me bring you a little bit closer to the action. Straight up, one of the things that I need to kind of make absolutely clear about this is that these two carbs, these two models, I would say, they are not compatible. Yeah, so one wouldn't bolt into the other's manifold and vice versa. Why? So let me show you here. If we measure the base of the DFVA, it's 11.2 centimeters or nearly 4.5 inches, give or take. You can see it there in my ruler. And let's measure the DCNF. So let's take the same measurement, and it's 10 and a bit centimeters, so it's like 1 centimeter difference, and therefore this gives you the compatibility issue that this is a relatively larger carb than the DCNF in terms of the body size. So therefore that's why it wouldn't they would not fit on each other's manifolds. Let's look at now the different circuits. So the DCNF, basically the idle circuits, they're found here and here, the idle mixture screws, and in the DFVA they are found on the side. So you've got one side here and one side here. That's where the idle mixture screws are found on each side of the carburetor, and there is even more difference. Let's see if I put them this way. In that if you look at the DFVA, so this one, basically the shafts, if I can put it like so, basically they go perpendicular to the carburetor, whilst in the DCNF they go parallel. I mean, they still use the same throttle disc or butterfly or whatever you want to call it, but the orientation is different. And because of this, what happens is that the DFVA, what it uses this system where you got like two shafts that are connected with this kind of mechanism that I'm showing you now. So this is like a 1-to-1 ratio, but you need this mechanism so that the two shafts can let's say be actuated at the exact same time, and so this is a big difference between these two units. The other, so going to the circuitry, so the circuitry of the DCNF and this carb is completely different. Yeah, because you've got your main jets go here, and your main jets would go here on the DCNF. It's got a different emulsion tube, the only thing that is compatible is your accelerator pump discharge. But if I look at this is the auxiliary venturi for this carb, the DFVA. Look what happens if I try to put it on the DCNF, which will go like this. Look at that. It completely flops around. So obviously this is not compatible in reverse with a DCNF. The other thing that is a limiting factor on this one, on the DFVAs, is the fact that the choke, you can see here this number's 2828, this is cast integrally to the body of the carb. Yeah, so if you wanted to do some modification to a carburetor, let's say you wanted to have a 30 choke, because let's not forget that both of these carbs, yeah, they are 40 bore. Yeah, so they've got the same size bore, but this one's in the DCNFs, you can change the size of the chokes, which in this one you cannot, or at least not that easy, because what you need to do is basically start drilling out this hole. So all in all, and obviously the top is absolutely not compatible in any way between these two carbs. They use a completely different top style and a completely different float. One interesting thing as well that I need to show you is the accelerator pump. The accelerator pump in the DFAV, which is this, you can see the body here, is much larger than the one in the DCNF. Look there. It's like, yeah, it's like what, 15% larger thereabouts on both sides. Let's see if I can overlay the diaphragm with the housing there. As you can see, it's quite larger than the DCNF pump. So evidently these carbs wouldn't work well. They are just absolutely chalk and cheese. They are absolutely not compatible, and yeah, I wouldn't use them. I wouldn't try to play with them. So if you had a car that was originally equipped with one of these, I would just keep it with that and not be not fuff about. Whilst the DCNF, it's more of a high performance car for of wider application. This one, I think it's of a much narrower application, and it would be much more difficult to tune out. I hope you got something out of it, just for you to know those little differences, which those little differences can be quite important. And I think now I've given you sufficient information, A, to tell them apart, B, to know what you're dealing with. I think as a summative comment, clearly, due to the fact of the difference in the casting and the size of it, obviously if you've got a car that has a manifold for for the DFAV, I would stick with that. See if you can modify it. But if you've got a DCNF, it's a manifold for a DCNF. That's probably a much better shout, because of the much better tunability, in my opinion, that the DCNF brings, because you can switch your venturis in there, whilst this is a fixed one, and also the fact that it has all of this extra parts. So you have a like a 2-shaft solution, then you need to get this gears to work properly, and so that can be a bit of faff, whilst I think the DCNF is a bit more straightforward. But anyway, I'm interested to know what you think about it. If there's any kind of details that you think I missed, put it down in the comments. Let's get a conversation going. But if not, I want to say thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you on the next episode.